Your Excellencies, the President of the United States.
Let's get this over with.
This is Nick. Hey, Nick. This is Nick Williams. Buddy. Now look, my Marine carries that. It has a code to blow up the world. That doesn't. This is not nuclear weapons, is it? All right. Okay. He's against the camera. By the way, you think I'm kidding? I've said this, and I said this to Deng Xiaoping in the Himalayas. I've said this to every world leader. It's never been a good bet to bet against the American people. Never. I've said this, and I said this to Deng Xiaoping in the Himalayas. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping, traveling with him. Instead of cutting them, or like Congressman Trump and Bo want to do. But when I took office, since then, the first 2 years, we created over 14 million brand new jobs, good paying jobs.
It's totally made up.
By the way, I cut the federal deficit of over $7 billion while doing all this.
Last I looked, 1.62 trillion deficit for the first 10 months of this fiscal year. Unbelievable.
The U.S. Treasury announcing its borrowing needs for the October to December quarter, saying they will be $776 billion.
But I am friends with your leader, Mr. Moon. We're good guys. Here in Colorado, the wind turbine manufacturing Vestas is investing $40 million to expand its factory and hire an additional 1,000 employees. Solar manufacturer Meyer Burger is building a new solar cell factory just down the road in Colorado Springs. When I took office, I vowed I'd be president for all Americans, whether you live in a blue state or a red state, whether you live in rural or urban areas. And we're delivering on that promise. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. Trump and the extreme MAGA Republicans quote a clear and present danger to our democracy. Extreme MAGA ideology. MAGA Republicans have made their choice. They embrace anger. They thrive on chaos. They live not in the light of truth, but in the shadow of lies. And wages for working families have gone up while inflation has come down 65%.
You can see here natural gas, that's up 29%. Groceries up 25%. Those used cars higher in price by 35%. Electricity up 25%. Of course, the troubling trend here, guys, these are all necessities.
Here's the price hike since President Biden took office. Food up 3.7%, new cars 2.5%, shelter 7.2%, and childcare 4.8%. So these are essentials. This is not like little extras that you might need.
In fact, as a share of earnings this Thanksgiving, dinner was the 4th cheapest ever on record. I want you all to know that.
Canned cranberries will cost 60% more. Canned pumpkin prices have spiked 30%. And russet potatoes are up 14%.
It's super expensive, and I'm sharing the cost with some of my siblings.
Definitely more conscious about what we purchase.
Look, here's the reality. This is like the old story where someone comes in at night, robs your whole house, shows back up in the morning when the police are there, and they said, oh, that's the most terrible thing I've ever seen in my life. How could that have happened? And by the way, I have something here to sell you if you like it. I have a TV here. This is exactly what's happening here. They're trying to convince you of something that they caused to go up. They brought it down a little bit. Now they're trying to sell it to you as something new.
When it comes down to supply chains, did you ever think we'd be talking this much about supply chains? No, but I'm serious. It's critical. Everybody's beginning to figure it out. The average person knows what we're talking about when we talk about supply chains.
I love your ears. I love them. They're really cool.